In 1950, the average American farm had 5 different crops, 3 types of livestock, a vegetable garden, an orchard, maybe some chickens. It was messy, complicated, kind of chaotic, but it worked. For thousands of years, it worked. Then, in just 50 years, it all disappeared. Drive through farm country today, and you'll see corn, just corn, for miles. Or soybeans, just soybeans. Endless fields of one thing. What happened? And more importantly, what did we lose when farms stopped being diverse? Because it turns out, the messy farms weren't inefficient. They were resilient. And the simple farms we replaced them with? They're fragile in ways we're only starting to understand. Stay with me. Let me paint you a picture of a 1950s farm. Morning, you're collecting eggs from chickens. The chickens are eating bugs and weeds from around the vegetable garden. Their manure goes back into the garden soil. The garden feeds your family. The extra vegetables feed the pigs. The pigs root around in the orchard, eating fallen fruit and aerating the soil. Their manure fertilizes the fruit trees. The cows graze in pastures rotated with hay and grain crops. Their manure builds the soil for next year's planting. Nothing is wasted. Everything cycles. This farm has grain, vegetables, fruit, eggs, pork, beef, milk, and maybe honey if there's a hive. One farm, 8 different food sources, minimal external inputs. If one thing fails, drought kills the corn, you still have the garden, the livestock, the orchard. It's not maximum efficiency for any one thing, but it's resilient, stable, self-sustaining. And then we decided that was the problem. Agricultural economists had a new idea. Specialization. Stop growing a little bit of everything. Pick one thing. Get really good at it. Scale it up. The logic was simple. If you're only growing corn, you can buy one type of equipment, not 10 different kinds. Master one crop, not juggle multiple. Negotiate better prices, selling in bulk. Maximize yield per acre for that one thing. It made perfect economic sense. On paper. And for a while, it worked. Yields went up. Profits increased. Farms got bigger. Banks loved it. You could predict income, calculate loans, manage risk with crop insurance. Diverse farms were inefficient. Specialized farms were modern. So farmers specialized. And within 50 years, the diverse farm became a museum exhibit. Here's what the specialization pitch didn't mention. When you only grow one thing, you need to buy everything that farm used to provide. The chickens that ate your bugs? Now you buy pesticides. The cows whose manure fertilized your fields? Now you buy synthetic nitrogen. The diverse crops that confused pests? Now you buy more pesticides because pests can specialize too. The garden that fed your family? Now you buy vegetables. A diverse farm had built-in solutions. A specialized farm has built-in dependencies. You traded self-sufficiency for market reliance. And here's the part that really stings. You also traded resilience for fragility. Diverse farms had a safety net. Drought year? The garden struggled, but the livestock still ate. You survived. Pest outbreak? One crop got hit, but 5 others didn't. You survived. Market crash for wheat? Good thing you also had dairy, eggs, and vegetables. You survived. But on a specialized corn farm? Drought? Everything fails. It's all corn. Pest outbreak? Everything fails. It's all corn. Market crash? Everything fails. It's all corn. You went from a system with multiple failure points that could absorb shock to a system with a single point of failure. And to manage that risk, you need crop insurance, paid to companies, irrigation systems, capital investment, heavy pesticide use, bought from companies, price hedging and futures contracts, financial complexity. You didn't simplify the farm. You externalized the complexity to financial instruments and chemical inputs. Let's talk about what we lost that doesn't show up in yield per acre calculations. Soil health. Diverse farms rotated crops and integrated animals. The soil got constant organic matter, varied root structures, natural fertilization. Monoculture farms? The same crop pulls the same nutrients year after year. The soil degrades. So you add more synthetic fertilizer, which degrades the soil further. It's a cycle. Pest resistance. When you have 20 different plants, pests have to work harder. They can't specialize. They can't build up massive populations on their favorite crop because it's scattered. Monoculture? It's a pest buffet. Miles of their favorite food. So pest populations explode. So you spray more. So pests develop resistance. So you spray more. Economic stability. Diverse income streams meant bad years for one thing didn't destroy you. Specialized farms? You're at the mercy of one market, one weather pattern, one global price fluctuation. Food security. A diverse farm fed its family and sold surplus. If markets collapsed, you still ate. A specialized farm? If you grow nothing but corn, you're buying all your food. You're a food producer who depends on the food system. That's not security. That's irony. You might think, okay, but we feed more people now, so it worked right. Maybe. In terms of total calories produced, yes. But here's what we're seeing now. Soil degradation is accelerating. We're losing topsoil faster than we can build it. Pest resistance is increasing. The same pesticides stop working. Fertilizer costs are volatile, dependent on global energy markets. Climate instability is rising. Specialized farms can't adapt quickly. They're locked into one crop, one system. And farmers? Many are one bad year from bankruptcy because there's no cushion, no diversity to fall back on. The efficient system is showing cracks. I'm not saying everyone should farm like it's 1950, but some farmers are experimenting with integrated systems again. Rotational grazing with crops, cover crops between cash crops, chickens in orchards, pigs in forests. They're finding reduced input costs, less fertilizer, less pesticide, more stable income, diverse revenue streams, better soil health, organic matter cycling, higher resilience. One failure doesn't destroy everything. It's not going backward. It's integrating old wisdom with new knowledge. Because here's the thing, nature is diverse. Ecosystems are complex. And we try to simplify it, to make farms into factories. But living systems don't work like factories. They work like systems. Messy, interconnected, resilient systems. So here's what I keep coming back to. We traded diversity for efficiency, resilience for simplification, self-sufficiency for market dependence. Did we get a good deal? For 50 years, it looked like yes. Yields were up. Technology was advancing. Everything seemed fine. But now, as soil degrades and climate destabilizes and input costs spike and farmers struggle, maybe the inefficient, diverse farms were efficient at something we stopped measuring. Surviving, adapting, lasting. And maybe that's the efficiency that actually matters. Subscribe if you want to keep questioning what we've been told is progress. Because sometimes, the messy answer is better than the simple one.